What's up, everybody? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from home, where today I'm actually I'm going to narrate through Matchplay games 1 through 8. Today we're going to talk about game 1 here, where I'm bowling Nick Crummell, who is the eventual winner of this regional. For those of you who have been tuning in and you watched games 1 through 8 of qualifying, you can see how frustrated I got through here, through this event. A lot of it being I just had no idea what my ball was doing. This is one of those situations, one of those times where, the old saying is you can't out bowl bad ball reaction. But I feel like I kind of did in order to make this cut. And then my ball reaction didn't get any better, through match play or anything. A little preface here before we get going. There's some spots where in here I kind of talk about, the way the lanes were ran, the oiler, and the possibility of it running out of cleaner. And the reason why we're even thinking that is because what happened at the beginning is they ran the lanes all the way down to the end. And then they realized they accidentally ran the house shot, their normal pattern. So they had to rerun them. So he ran all the way to the end, and then he started over and came all the way back this way and ended on the pair that we're on. Very well could be that, it's just, that much tighter. I don't know. But the way the lanes were playing from practice and now, and even during qualifying on the fresh, this pair just seemed like it ran out of cleaner. Like it never cleaned the back part of the lane. It re-oiled the front, but never cleaned the back. So even Nick, used reactive from the beginning, and couldn't get the ball to shape up the right way. Certain spots would just never turn the corner. And this is a 36-foot pattern, so it's not like it's a long pattern. It's not like it's a real tight pattern to begin with. Urethane going down the lane, all on the pairs all the way down. And then again, maybe this was just a funky pair or a funky pattern that just played tough in this building, and good for Nick and a couple other guys who found a way to strike down the road. But I never found a way to really strike at all. I didn't even win a match, I don't think, until like game 5 or 6. I bowled trying to fight ball reaction the entire time. So we're gonna watch this game, and I'll narrate you through a little bit and kind of explain some of the thought processes, as well as why I'm saying some of the things that I'm saying. So let's watch this. If I can get to it, let me see here. There it is. So we're starting up. It's just single game match play, 30-pin bonus for the winner. Bowl 8 games and total pins. So you can hear me. I'm kind of trying to explain how they reran the lanes. We started an hour late because of it.
And they're tight down lane. 36 feet earlier, they were pretty crispy down lane. You get a ball boomerang down. Right now, they are tight down lane. It just seems like they ran out of cleaner or something.
Yeah, so watching that shot from Nick, you would think, oh, they're not that tight down lane. But if there's certain spots where he gets it to a certain spot, it's just never going to hook, never going to wiggle. Because that was, left of where all the traffic was throughout the day. All through practice, I couldn't get a ball to wrinkle. Couldn't get a single ball to hook. I tried, surfacing the purple hammer, couldn't get it to pick up the lane the right way. So we're starting with the purple hammer, a little bit straighter, not as straight as I could go, but through practice couldn't get a ball to hook. So I actually make a small move. I go one board right, try to tighten my angle up here, and it had no chance.
Force out hooks when I get the hook all of practice.
Yeah, at this point, I was so fried already, so frustrated from all of the entire week. Eventually, I kind of give it. I get into the whatever, it is what it is. I'm over it thing. But at this point, still, I feel like if I bowl well, I could still get a chance to get up to the top of the leaderboard. So I don't want to say I ever give up, And that's just icing on the cake when you actually give it a run and you don't quite get it there and you get 3 out of the 4. Yeah. But anyway, you feel like you got to run. I don't want to say that I ever give up, but you get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm 280 pins back. Just try to learn something, just try to figure something out. So I'm changing. Near the end, games like 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm pretty much just changing balls, trying to figure out what I can do different in these types of situations. And never hooks. So I switched from the purple hammer to the purple tank because the tank is a little bit cleaner. And I actually even moved right. It's going to be a long day with this type of ball reaction, I said. And it was. So I move a little bit right with the purple tank and square it up, thinking, okay, well, the purple hammer overhooked from there, so I'll just go a little right of it since the purple tank is cleaner, and it should be okay. And it never hooked. Never hooked. Never picked up the line at all.
Those were both exactly what I wanted. As far as shot-wise, neither one of them did anything close to what they were supposed to.
That just tells you I have no clue.
I couldn't get the hammer to pick up the lane. So I moved one right the first frame, and it overhooked. Wow, right back to qualifying again.
There's the frustration. Wow, what do you know?
Go straighter and just keep it in control, and it never hooked.
I love looking back and watching these videos because I can laugh at my frustration. Because I'm just like, wow, I was mad. It's kind of funny too, because you'll get people that come on here and be like, oh, what a head case, this and that. Like, you guys, some people just have no idea. Like, the competitive drive, the expectations, to feel like you have no control of what's going on. It's like the worst feeling ever. But especially when you've won multiple times and you expect to win, you expect to at least give yourself a chance to win every event. It's frustrating to not perform or to not bowl well. So those frustrations are going to come out of everybody. Even Nick wins the event, and you could see frustration coming out of him multiple times throughout the weekend. It was a good shot. Now this one I'll even inch a little bit further right, since that last one didn't want to pick up. It still doesn't quite want to get around the corner. Barely trickled the 10. I don't understand.
So to me, that tells me, okay, I should be able to use the purple hammer and just go a couple left, but I didn't. Overhooked.
Because the purple hammer is...
If I go any further left, it won't hook at all.
Purple hammer's quite a bit earlier than the purple tank, especially right here.
70 on qualifying too, though.
So you would think that you should be able to just, okay, grab a little bit stronger, earlier purple hammer, go a few left, but you saw what happened the first frame. It duck hooked. Maybe that was a fluke. Maybe I made a mistake getting out of it so fast. Who knows? And this one's mind-blowing. This one's like a pinch to the right and just never, ever hooks.
Really?
Really?
Ow.
I don't know, man. I'm as confused as you.
How are they this tight?
I mean, they really do. They really feel like they ran out of cleaner, and back ends just never got cleaned. probably not the case, but that's what it feels like. Because throughout the day, as I go to the right, as you move to the high end, they definitely hook more. More frustration. Gave it a chance to make the spare, didn't make it.
That one. How does that make any sense? It was a little right, but it literally never picked up the lane. Makes no sense. Made no sense. I'm not the only one. I'm telling you, they ran out of cleaner over here. Guaranteed.
Shouldn't have said guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
Because they are so ridiculous. Because he didn't stop. Like when they ran the lanes, they ran all the way down. Ran all the way back. Didn't stop. Never added oil, never added cleaner. And I can't say that's what happened. That's what it seems like. That's what it feels like.
He drained the tank out of it when he got back.
When he got done here, yeah.
As I'm saying all that, Nick Stone's 9 from here. He gets his ball to pick up the back part of the lane the right way. And whoop. Oops. It's a dagger. So at this point, I'm like, all right, Nick's ball is starting to look okay. See, we're going to go to reactive. So we pull out the Obsession Tour, which for me, I had a great combination between the Obsession Tour and the IQ Tour. The IQ Tour is just a little bit cleaner and a little bit more down lane. Overall, the IQ Tour and the Obsession Tour, they're basically, they're the same ball, shape-wise, for the most part. If I need something a little cleaner, a little bit more pop, I'll go to the IQ Tour. So this one is just a pinch earlier, less poppy down lane, but still screams down lane on this pattern. So I throw 2 perfect ones here. Pretty much perfect. That one didn't quite go through the pins the way I would like because it's a hook stop. Like it gets to the spot and then it's so fast off of the friction. It just kind of rolls forward from there. But this one on the left lane is pretty good. Well, that one split the 8-9. Problem is, if I don't throw it like that every time, I'm in trouble.
Problem is, if I don't throw them like that every time, we're in trouble.
And this is the first time watching it back, guys. So you can tell those are the real reactions out of my mind. Why do you have your hat on, buddy? You can't be up here. I'd be staying down. Not right now. Okay, so there you can see Nick, his ball actually doesn't come around the corner. So he hits a spot that his ball just never reads it. I mean, 2 pins. After he just stone 9. Weird. It just really felt like there were puddles down lane. There were just spots on the lane. There was extra oil that you couldn't get your ball to read in spots. And you can't blame the urethane going down the lane because, I mean, this is game 1. It's a little bit of practice. I was the only one throwing urethane in practice. So, I mean, yeah, they changed the lane quick, but not like that. Like from the beginning of practice, I couldn't get my urethane ball to hook. So, it's a good one. So now basically we're trying to play the lanes pretty similarly. I think he's got a smoother, more rounded bowling ball compared to mine. Mine's a weaker, more skiddy, flippy, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. I don't want to call it that, but compared to his, yep, there I am. Compared to his ball reaction, mine was more skid flip than his. But I tried some like 2.5-inch pin stuff in qualifying, and they just didn't look very good. I go to them eventually, and they do look better. This one's mind-blowing to me. This one is pretty much aced off my hand.
Really? I know I'm not a striker every time, but come on.
And it did exactly like what Nick's did, except, I light swish 7-pin instead of 2-pin. It's confusing, frustrating. Game 1, frying out. Got 7 games to go. Already frying out. Just a continuation of the fry from games 1 through 8. But the cool thing is if I can have, weekends where like this, where I don't feel very good, or like my ball reaction isn't very good, and I'm still making match play, that's good news. That's good news for the future. That's where I was at one point. I've won regionals on days where I didn't feel like I bowled very well, and I still ended up winning. So I want to get back to that. That was when I was practicing all the time. I had time to do it all, put time in. Now, I've got time to put time in again. I just got to be able to find ways that I can travel properly. So I don't know that I can take my boy with me. So I keep doing the babysitter thing, looking for people to kind of watch the kid and do all that. Sometimes I'll take him with me. That's frustrating there. After I just switched 7, I now 4-9.
Pretty tough to catch up when this is going on.
Yeah, so you hear it there. Pretty tough to catch up when this is going on, and that's the mindset at this point. I'm in win mode. I'm not in just try to increase my dollar amount mode. I'm in I want to bowl really big games to catch up and have a chance to win. Not a great effort. Missed a spare.
Taking everything out of me not to kick something right now.
It really did too.
So 7 was shot before.
I wanted to throw my bowling bags down the stairs. I'm so frustrated.
Little ball that slows down too much, I'm sure. Gotta try it.
So what do I got out there? I got 193 left out there. Nick's in the 190s already here. So at this point, I'm like, well, if he strikes here, I got no chance. So I'm going to have to make some moves, try some different things. We'll play with that, buddy. One. It's too noisy when I'm doing a video. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I got a chance. This ain't over. I can still get the bonus pins. So depending on what he did here, if he makes this, then still a chance. I can still force him to double. But he doesn't make it. So now he's got a possible 198, which, still I have to throw the last 4 to force him to double. Tall order on pair. I have no idea what my ball's doing for the most part. But the 30 bonus pins would have gone a long way. would have at least been a step in the right direction. Now is a ball change. That was 2.5 inch pin Eruption Pro Blue. So ball change in a spot where I need to strike, but I didn't have a choice. I switched 7, 4, 9, just 2 over under. So I went to a ball that was going to be what should be a little bit more controllable, still reactive, but a layout that lays the core down and gets it to read a little bit earlier and be smoother overall. But I don't remember what happens here at the end.
Are you shitting me right now? You gotta be kidding me.
Toss the towel up. I hear it, buddy. Yeah, I mean, so super frustrated. No, I needed it. And it just overhooks. Barely made the spare. I was like 50% on that spare today.
If that ball doesn't slow down, nothing will.
Yeah.
Except urethane, except then it'll slow down too much.
Yeah, so that's the problem I'm in. If I use urethane, it's too slow. If I use reactive, it's too quick, no matter what the layout. You see frustration. I'm mad. I'm like very fried out. Tried a couple different things, practice, a couple different things here, still ain't got it figured out. So there, I'm like, okay, well, I'll move a little bit further right and just get a little bit more firm and see if that'll work. And that's kind of the direction we go from here. You know,
so 170 twice on that pair.
Yeah, so I bowl 170 on this pair the game before, and 170 in this game now. And his ball just magically misses the head pin. Like, that's what we were dealing with, folks. Like, I wasn't over exaggerating on this. Like, this pair was weird. Like, just not any fun. Not any fun at all. So I lose 170 to 180 in game one. Like, it wasn't very fun. It wasn't very fun at all. So we're going to stop this and get back over here. That was game one. So we're way behind the 8-ball now. Now we're losing ground on the rest of the field. So we'll move on and we will get to game two here in a little bit. The frustration builds. It continues to get worse. It continues to. I have some good games, but I have a lot of bad games as well. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'm out of here. We'll see you guys for game two.